Because she wrote it. It is an autobiography because she wrote it. That's from? Why from? Eugenio?
Maybe because since Rosa Parks had help from Jim has kids and I don't know.
Jim Haskins was a co-writer, but no, it doesn't have to do with that. Why from? Are we reading the autobiography completely?
No.
Are we?
No.
No, we are reading an excerpt that comes from that autobiography. We are not reading the whole autobiography. That's why it is from. This selection is an extract from the whole autobiography. Are we ready now?
Yes.
Who is not ready yet? Hurry, please. What was the reading strategy? Analyze social context. Ready, okay? Ready, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Analyze social context. Now, what is context? Raising hands. What is context? Alan?
Like all the text that is in the story.
All the text. When we are talking about some written work, yes, the context is the text that what?
And the story.
The text in the story, okay? How else can we explain context? Only Humberto knows. Daniela?
The information
The information, you're reading from here. The information that what? Humberto?
Like, it's the information, but it's not like the innocent. It's like the background.
The background, everything around. Context, probably you understand context related to texts because that's the way we have like introduced it to you. Check the context. If you want to understand the word, read the context, right?
and it says text on.
Yes, but the context is not only applied to texts. Context can be about anything or anybody. Context is everything around something or someone. So for example, if we are talking about Betty, Betty has a context. What could be her context? Okay, that is too specific, but in general, what could be her context, Natalia? The classroom. What else can be Betty's context, Diego? You guys, her classmates, the classroom, her classmates. What else, Karen? Her things, but okay, this is more related to a little brother, like the school, her family, her neighborhood, everything around Betty. That is her context. Okay? Yes, Brenda.
The contamination.
Pollution.
Pollution.
Yes, but is pollution like directly connected to Betty? No. It is part of her context, but it is not that direct. Okay. So, in order to understand, we are writing, right?
Yes.
In order to understand some stories or some literary works better, analyzing the social context can help us a lot. Because let's suppose that we didn't know anything about the racial problems that happen in the United States, and we want to read her autobiography. Would we completely understand?
No.
Maybe we could understand some things, or maybe we could infer some things. But could we really thoroughly, completely understand her ideas, what she wanted to tell us? No. Depending on the kind of literary work we are reading, the social context helps in different degrees or in different levels. Let's go back a little to the Orange River Formation. Who remembers the setting? That is a short story, right? Is it fiction or non-fiction? Non-fiction, so it was a true story. It was fiction. Orange River Formation is fiction. It's an invented story, right? You confuse fiction and non-fiction. Fiction is that it was invented. This didn't really happen. Then what was the setting of the story? Who remembers the setting of Orange River Formation? Daniela? The bank. But in general, where did the story take place, Ale? In a city in Japan, in Africa, in South America. Diego? In the United States. The setting was a city in the United States, and the time? Remember, the setting is the place and the time. And approximately the time? Really? Juan?
Like 100 years ago.
100 years ago, the beginning of the 20th century, okay? That was the setting. What in the social context can help us better understand Orange River Formation? What, 100 years ago? Humberto?
When they use horses.
Do you remember the buggy that we mentioned? The buggy that was waiting for Mr. Spencer or for Jimmy. In this moment, would we say, like in the present, would we say, your buggy is waiting for you?
No.
What would we say? Your car, your taxi is waiting for you. So knowing the social context helps us better understand the story. Is it clear?
Yes.
So to understand Rosa Parks better, well, this little selection, because it's a very, what is happening in the back? Okay, we are turning, so something is happening. To understand this, Erika, what is it here? What is it with Juan? Sure, okay. To understand this selection better, we need to analyze the social context. What was happening in that time? Only Humberto is here then. Come on, guys. What was happening? This image can tell you, even without knowing much history. Daniel? The black and white people were at fight. What else was happening? I don't know if you're stretching or raising your head. Marcelo?
That they wanted freedom.
They wanted freedom. Were they still slaves at this time? Not really. But they wanted freedom. Relax. They wanted freedom in which way?
The same way that they treat the white people.
Like in, yes, the same treatment. What is the name of that? They wanted Natalia, because she's dying in the back.
They wanted rights.
They wanted rights. They wanted what, Alan?
The same treat.
And what is the name of that? Having the same treat. Erika?
Equality.
They wanted equality, right? So there were protests. This is a boycott. Did you hear about the boycott? Did you read about? Okay, we're going to read about it. There were protests. There were signs. This is a sign that was made. This is part of the boycott that we're going to read it. Did you take notes?
Yes.
Are you ready? All of you? Okay. Then we're going to start with the vocabulary. So, subtitle, vocabulary. And a beautiful 15 minutes. Vocabulary. Are we ready with the title? Don't copy all the words. Copy one and definition, another and definition, so you don't have to skip any specific lines. Yes?
It's a verb, the first one.
Take it easy, that's what I was going to ask. What is the part of speech of the first one? You guys have already told us it is a verb. Does anyone know the meaning? Figure? To figure something as a verb? Eugenio?
To come to a conclusion or to make.
Very good. To come to a conclusion that is concluded because it's in the past tense or decided. It's like, I didn't find the remote control for the projector, so I figured I could get on that chair and turn it on. Yes, I figured. I arrived to that conclusion. I decided to do it. Is it clear? form of image? Imagine, like the summer. Yes, that is to imagine. Image. In this case, and what is the idea you have of an image?
A photo or something.
A photo or picture or a drawing. But in this case, yes, it is close, but it's not a physical photo or picture. It is an idea or a mental picture. Yes. Like Miss Malena. Miss Malena is young or old?
Yeah.
Honestly,
young.
Honestly young. When I was your age, I had the image that 40-something-year-old people were too old. That was the image that I had. But now, a 40-something-year-old is middle-aged. Yes, I know that I am not a little girl anymore, but I don't consider myself old. So the image of an old person changes in your life. Is clear?
Yes.
So we are not talking about a physical photo or picture. It's a mental idea or picture. Questions?
No.
Okay. Score 10. Part of speech. All together. Is another verb. Does any of you know the meaning?
I think.
Yes.
I think scorer is to protect someone. Or
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it is to protect. Another synonym. Adrián?
Like guard to protect.
Like when you have people around you.
When you have people like to protect. Natalia?
For example, when take out, for example,
When a guard takes out, like in the case of Jimmy, I think the guard escorted him to the, yes. So it's to accompany when it's, well, it's also in the past tense, so it's accompany to protect or guard, yes.
I know like another word.
Yes.
Like when you are in a car, but well, like a police that have the like the one
The
that
siren or what?
Yes, the sirens, and they have like morals for the car.
But what is escorting the police car? The motorcycles. Yes, motorcycles can escort the police car. Or different cars can escort a different important person that goes in another car, a president or any diplomat. This is clear to escort. Yes. Okay. Next one, vacant. What do you think it is?
No.
It is not a noun.
Adjective.
Altogether, adjective. It is an adjective. And what is a synonym of vacant, Alan?
free space.
Like free or missing or
Not legal.
empty. Free, empty. It can be like missing space.
Usually study some hotels.
Yes, very good. I'm sure that when you go to the States and you are driving, well, not you, your parents are driving and you're looking for a hotel or motel on the road, it says vacancy or vacant. It means there are free rooms, so there is a space. Questions? No. Number 5, comply. Part of speech? Verb is a verb. And what is to comply? Anybody? Adrian?
I don't know, but it's something like
To finish. Not like to complete. No, it's not exactly the same. No? Natalie? What? No, I think you are thinking incomplete. Daniel?
That sounds
It sounds to me like complaint. And no, it sounds like complaint, but it is not. To comply, finally,